trial in Japanese media. Letters and phone calls flooded the Tokyo District Court as well as the prosecutor's office to retry them for murder. Because remember, they didn't plead guilty to murder. It was fucking they hurt someone and she died.
Yeah,
bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
So the Japanese public demanded that they retry them. Many people demanded the death penalty.
Yeah.
I feel like if something like this happened, well, I would like to think we have a lot of cases like the Amber Alert off the top of my head where something extreme happens and we change a law. But so far to date, nothing new has changed. Nothing has come out of this horrific and brutal crime despite the outrage. Like it's changed nothing. They're all free. The parents were never charged. So that's what the change.org petition was originally. It had support from under 600 people. I'm not sure how much media attention this case got, but
do you think that part of that is because of the fear of the Yakuza?
Possibly, yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate that I get that, but I get it.
Yeah. But that's why, and I hope it makes sense why I had to go into detail. And I still left a lot out, but I think not that it would sound light if I was like, oh yeah, they abducted this girl, kept her for 44 days and then killed her. But the things that they did
there
and
was
the
like
sentences.
Sadistic masochism. Like that was cockroaches, light bulbs, fireworks.
Yeah.
Like that's insane.
And that's only part of it. Like it's the things that they did and the fact that they're walking free and the fact that this case changed nothing. And it could absolutely be because there's ties to the Yakuza because they're very strong. They have a very strong gang presence. Like,
yeah,
poor girl. Like I can't even
poor Junko
begin to imagine.
I'm glad you went first because mine is sad, but it's
this story
not like that
made me. No, I cried a little bit, but I was so angry. I was just so angry last night researching this case.
Like in our bullies case, we both kind of had a moment because, in the toxic relationship, we've had a few hard episodes. We're going to do a couple lighter ones after this.
Yeah, sorry.
By request.
This was supposed to be a lighter one, but I fucked up. I couldn't not tell her story. She stuck with me and I had to talk about this.
Yeah. It's crying about a life for bullying and stuff. Like this is one of those cases that makes you cry, but it makes you, like you said, pissed off.
Yeah. I just felt so angry last night.
Over 100 people raped her over 400 times for 44 days and not
parents knew. And I get the Yakuza aspect. It changes the game a little bit because I get that there's like this mafia involved, but also like fucking shame on the
and shame on the government.
Yeah. And I can't say what I'd do if I were the parents in that situation, right? Like we'd never know what we'd do, but
I'm not sure I'd let a girl live in my basement. Actually, I would not. But again, if you're terrified of your child,
the whole thing is it's just horrifying. And there's no way to know what anyone would do, but it's horrifying. And this case haunted me and I just wanted to tell her story.
That beer was pretty good. It was an 8%, and I feel like I need another by how terrible it was.
Me too.
So if you guys listen to the last episode, actually, I do have a little cleanup.
God damn it.
One of our listeners, no, it's not cleanup, it's just like a note. One of our listeners was like, yeah, I heard you guys say like, ooh, maybe you'll get an advertisement. Because I explained that not everybody gets the advertisement in the middle of the episode because they're dynamic, which is a whole thing. But essentially, it just means a random ad gets placed there and not everyone gets one. He was like, yeah, I didn't get one immediately. And then I got one like a minute later. I was like, damn it. I thought I wasn't going to get one.
Oh, I don't know how that works.
It works
above my pay grade.
It works because I put them in there and it was janky. So I'm a janky person.
It's above my pay grade. Also, oh my God, why didn't I start with this?
Oh.
Happy birthday, Sarah. Oh. I'm such a dick. Well, I already said happy birthday to her.
But you're not a dick. This comes out like a week after my birthday.
I know, but we are recording on the 17th, which is our beautiful Sarah's birthday. My better half, the better half of this podcast. She's not the one who posted that story, by the way. I am.
I know. There's a story about me that was like the better half of Luminol. And Caitlin's like, I posted that, but what if they thought you posted about yourself? I'm like, nobody thought that.
I was like, it'll be funny if people think you posted this.
Now every day I'm going to be like, I love Sarah. She's great.
Sarah's so cool.
I love that girl. She's amazing.
But happy birthday, you beautiful bitch, you.
It's the last year of my 20s.
Ooh. I'm a few months younger than you, so I don't hit the last...
June.
Yeah, June.
But
oh my God, I feel like I'm 27, but I'm 28.
Wow.
I'm 29. I don't remember turning 28.
I feel like I'm perpetually 21, but I don't know.
I feel like I'm perpetually 26. I wouldn't do 21 again.
True. I would not relive any of those years. I don't know. They say that, well, they don't say this. So one person that
Who's they?
A palm reader I went to once said that I would have good luck that would increase as I approach the age of 30. Once I hit 30, I would have great luck that would last my entire life.
Whoa. Okay.
And it's been true so far. And that was when I was 23. I had her read my palm.
When me and Sarah and a few other people, we went to Oktoberfest this year, and Sarah and, well, it was you and the other two women. So there were 4 women total and then a couple guys, and the 3 women besides me all got their palms read or their fortune told. Are those the same thing?
I think I got my palm read. No, it's not the same thing. So you can get tarot, palm read, all sorts of stuff.
I think you guys all got your palms read.
Yeah.
Where they tell you, but it's still like they tell you what to expect or something, right? Yeah, I will not do that. Not even because I don't believe in it, because it gets too in my head. Like if they were like, my fear is they'll say something bad and they'll be like, oh, we see trouble ahead. And then it would be like a self-fulfilling prophecy. I would just make bad things happen. And even if it was good, I don't know.
But I feel like when you hear good news, the self-fulfilling prophecy is great because it becomes a placebo.
Yeah, but what if they're like, ooh, you're going to be single forever, you dumb bitch. I'd be like, oh, man.
Okay, I'm going to be real. They're not going to tell you that because they want your money. So they're going to tell you what you want to hear.
I know, but I just hit my teeth on the microphone.
Though I will read your tarot and tell you what it really says. But it's not.
No, I don't. I do want to.
Term. It's right now.
Okay.
I read mine again today, which I posted half of it on my stories, and I bet everyone's waiting with anticipation.
Will I be alone forever?
It's not going to say no. It's going to be like friendships are everything.
So there's a chance. Okay.
Yes.
Well, now I need another beer.
Me too.
So after that shit, so this beer that I'm going to open for us next was actually a gift. Someone that I know went to, this is a spoiler. Sarah's case is in Arizona. So
it's not really a spoiler. I mean, they're going to find out. Well, I guess. Okay,
yeah.
Fine.
So one of our local breweries that Sarah and I both love is Four Peaks Brewing Company. So one of my friends went to Four Peaks and he bought a six pack of Sirius Black.
We all know Caitlin's thinking about six packs. Eh?
No, I like a good Chris Pratt dad bod from Parks and Rec. I mean, nothing wrong with a six pack, but if you're too fit, then I got to work out more. Am I right?
Your competition, am I right?
Yeah, I need to be the hot one in the relationship. So this is Four Peaks Brewing Company, Sirius Black. I've already said that. But it is one of their special releases. It's a Russian Imperial Stout, but this was bourbon barrel aged. Also, they don't know what vintage means because it says vintage 2019. So let me open this. It's going to be too sweet for me. I know it.
I'll like it because I love bourbon barrel stuff. So they always have the Sirius Black, but the fact that it's bourbon barrel aged is their special edition, whatever, limited. Ooh, it's dark.
It's a special edition.
Ooh, it smells like a Black Forest cake.
Here, pour the rest in yours. There's only like a sip.
What ABV is this? Did we look?
Like 20? I don't know. He had to look. It doesn't say on the bottle.
It's probably like 1,000.
Yeah, he looked it up and it was like 12 or something. Yeah, it was heavy.
Sip slow, my friend. Cheers.
Holy shit.
I like it. Do you not like it? It's very chocolatey.
It's very sweet and very boozy. It's like taking a shot.
It's like...
Well, he didn't like it. That's why he gave me one.
I like it. I love barrel-aged stuff.
Nope.
Oh, do you want something else?
No, I'll sip on this.
I have a glass of wine if you want it.
No, I'm good. I'll sip on it while I listen to yours.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's very sweet. It's very boozy. If you like brandy, sherry, if you like Kahlua, you'd probably like it. If you like really sweet porters,
I like that. Bailey's, but I don't like Kahlua, and I'm not sure why.
Kahlua, well, Bailey's isn't coffee. It just goes in coffee. Kahlua is coffee liquor.
Oh, is it?
It's liqueur made from coffee.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't like Kahlua either, but this is kind of Kahlua-like.
Yeah.
When you smell it, it legit just smells like alcohol.
Oh, it smells like straight booze.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to tell you the unbelievable story of Shaun Rentz.
I don't believe it. Shaun's not a real person.
Yeah, nothing about that sounds real. It's a rented name. Get it? Shaun Rentz. Rent. Okay. My sources are legacy.com.
Thank you.
An article by Eric Betts for Arizona Daily Sun. An article by Paul Walsh for the Star Tribune.
Paul Walsh.
And a book called Missing 411.
And a book.
Missing 411. There are multiple different Missing 411s. It's a series. This one's Off the Grid. That's the one this is from. These were given to me by my friend's husband to read, and I've been reading them slowly but surely. Need to give them back to him. But he is a listener of the podcast, and you might have to correct me. I'm so sorry. I think the guy who researches these and writes these is named David Paulides or something like that. But it's like maybe Paulides. I don't know. Paulides.
Speaking of books, Megan, who flew all the way here from Oregon and her arms got tired.
And she's on our Patreon episode for February.
Yes. She's coming to Ireland with us.
Yes.
And we were...
So you'll meet her if you're a patron and you're from Ireland.
Yeah. We had a little brunch yesterday, the three of us and Becca, to plan our Ireland trip. And we basically were like, hey, like everyone needs to pick their... we're not there for super long. So we're like, everyone pick like the one thing that they have to do and we'll make sure we do all 4 things.
Yeah.
And sweet dear Megan was like, I just want to find a bookstore. And my heart melted.
Yeah, she's like, I just want to go to bookstores. And she's like, and how about one in Ireland and one in London? We're like, Megan, we can find a bookstore.
No, we cannot go to bookstores, Megan. And then I was like, yeah, I want to go to Jameson and Guinness and just like drink. And Megan was like, okay, Caitlin, you just want to go drink. We get it.
And I was like, I just want to go to the Leprechaun Museum.
And then I said, because you're from there.
Because I'm short. So,
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I don't have any trigger warnings in mind. Of course.
This is gross.
She took another drink. Dramatic. Of course, obviously, there's like death in my case, but that's you listen to Luminol. So if you're surprised by that,
expect?
Yes. So Shaun Rentz was.
If you're surprised by that and you're still listening,
we've converted.
You might be the problem.
I was going to say we've converted you. Welcome.
You might be the problem.
Okay. Shaun Rentz was born in Mesa, Arizona.
Oh.
That's just right up the block. In 1985 to his parents, Dan and Karen. Shaun was a really loving, happy child. He had a brother who passed away, as well as a sister. Their names are Eric and Sasha. And as a child, the family moved to White Bear Lake, Minnesota from Mesa. And they moved when he was like 11 or 12. So he was fairly young, but remembered Mesa. And he grew up in White Bear Lake, Minnesota. So as a teenager and young man, Shaun was athletic and he loved working out, and he was super tall, 6'4", which I think's insanely tall. Caitlin, as a tall person, can you let us know what you think about?
6'4" is a good height. If you're 6'4", I'll date you.
All right, we know Caitlin. We got the requirements listed. So even though Shaun loved working out, he didn't really love getting dirty. He didn't like the outdoors. He didn't like hiking. Okay. He was kind of like, didn't like dirt. The reason I'm saying that is because it's relevant later. So he graduated from White Bear Lake High School, and he worked at the Presbyterian Homes Healthcare Facility in Roseville, which was a neighboring town. And both of his parents also worked there. So they kind of all just worked at this healthcare facility. His parents worked graveyards, so they would leave at like 7 or 8 in the evening and come back in the morning. Caitlin's looking at me very weird. Okay.
I'm just admiring you.
That's so sweet. Okay. So Shaun didn't like his job very much at all. It didn't interest him. He was wanting to look for something new. And he was also super conscientious about money. And he had just purchased a fixer-upper home. He had to move back in with his parents in order to start fixing this home up so it could be lived in, because it wasn't livable. He was staying with them for quite a few months during this process. And this was the winter and spring of 2012.
Okay. In
July, the house was finally livable. It had been months of him living with his parents. He finally got it all up into tip-top shape. And he did some stuff done, but he was like, okay, it's livable. So he got his friend and his friend's girlfriend to move in with him because they were looking for a place and they were going to be like his tenants or his roommates, and he would own it and everyone would live there together, happy family. So at this time, Shaun decided to go ahead and make a change at work too. So he hated his job, like I said before. And so he was like, I'm moving this new place. I might want a different job.
New phone, who dis?
Yeah, he like new phone, who dissed it. So a friend of his, a different friend, not the one moving in with him, told him about an opportunity at his work